What is going on, guys? So, a couple of weeks ago, I was streaming some mapping in TWHL Discord server, and at the time I was doing some pipes. And there were one or two people in chat, and one guy said, I never saw the method you're using, and how do you do it, and so on, and had a couple of questions, and this gave me an idea. So I thought maybe it's a good idea to make some small videos about all the, little things and tricks you learn over the years as a mapper, and just minor stuff, some small details that can make your life easier. And but honestly, I don't have any idea if that's useful to some of you or if it's just a waste of time. So please let me know if this is something you would be interested in or not. In this case, I don't have to waste anybody's time. All right. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is how to make some cool looking pipes, because I like to play Half-Life mods, like most of you, obviously. And very often I see pipes looking like this. And I've done it myself like this for years, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think I have ever seen a pipe like this in real life. And honestly, it looks a little weird. It doesn't look bad necessarily, but the 90-degree corner is, yeah. I'm sure those pipes exist somewhere, but I have never seen someone like this, some pipe like this. So how about we do something like this? When you compare these two, I think, in my opinion, this one looks a lot better than the 90-degree corner. So, but as you may see, the texture is still aligned perfectly, even though we got this 45-degree angle right here. So how do you do this? Well, first of all, let's make this go away and let's delete this one. All right, so obviously when doing a pipe, we need to start with a cylinder. So I think something like this, we had the size. And first thing when doing a cylinder, you have to decide how many faces you want to use. In this case, I want to use 12. So when you're doing this 45-degree corner thing on pipes, it's somewhat important how many faces you use, but I will show you why later in the video. So let's make our cylinder, and I think the texture was somewhere up here. Yeah, there it is. Was it this one? I'm not sure. Maybe this one. Yeah, let's go with this one. All right, so when texturing a cylinder, it's always a little bit tricky, because usually you would do something like this, and of course you would rotate this. So that's fitting, and then you can go around and texture the faces. The problem is this texture has like some baked in shadows. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to use the texture I have used in my pre-made pipe, because I think the shadows are a little bit more visible in this one. Yeah, that looks better. So the texture has baked in shadows, and if you just go around texturing the faces like this, sooner or later you're gonna have some part where the shadow is not aligning anywhere. So what you can do is just go here and you start to kind of manually shift it around till it fits, and you would also have to mirror it like this, and it's somewhat tedious. So there's a quick and dirty way, and this is just to make the pipe flat like this. And now you have all faces of one side of the pipe more or less aligned completely on one plane. And then you put the texture on there, select all faces like this. Then you have to first align all faces the same, like here we do world align. then treat as one, obviously, and then you do a fit. In this case, it's a little too high. I think maybe like this. Let's check it. Yeah, that's better. So again, fit. So we got an even scale. And of course, the same for the other side. Oh, that's not right. All right, so align the texture alignment and fit. All right, so obviously now we have to restore the original shape of the pipe, and now we got ourselves a little pipe. Drawback of this method is that you have like a little bit blurred out on the sides, but in my opinion, it's a good compromise. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as doing it manually, but it goes a lot faster. And honestly, depending on your lighting, maybe you don't even notice this blurry thing on the side. All right, so next thing, we have the shadows of the pipe. We see one side, this side looks a little bit darker than this side. So we have to see where the lighting comes from in the map. So I have some lights here on the wall, these ones and this ones, but I also have lights coming from the front of the room. And these lights are a lot brighter than the ones on the wall. So that means I want the shadows to be facing the wall. So let's put this one over here. Let's rotate it. And obviously it rotated wrong first try. So rotate it again like this. And there we are. So next thing is most pipe textures have these pipe joint parts right here. And I always like to use them where the pipe is coming out of the wall or the floor in this case. It just makes it look a little more natural in my opinion. So turn texture lock off. And let's see, yeah. Why don't we use it like that? All right, texture lock back on. And now we have this pipe joint on the floor right here. I just check real quick. Yeah, a little bit back there. All right. So obviously we have the pipe coming from the floor, and we want to have it go into the wall. So we can just copy this part. I don't know why the window always pops up on this side. Rotate it, and again the shadow is on the wrong side, so rotate it again like this. All right, so we align it with the wall, maybe a little bit centered, also like this. All right, so far so good. We have our two pipes, and I think this is the part where usually most people would just make this 45-degree or 90-degree corner between the pipes. But yeah, let's do it a little bit more, yeah, a little bit more eye candy, I can say. So we copy one of the pipes because we need it later, like this. And then we make some spacing between the pipes. My rule of thumb is I make about half the diameter of the pipes as spacing. So for example, this is like 32 units wide, the pipe. So I need 16 unit space. So 16 units, and the same for this one. So I have 16 units space apart between two pipes. Then next thing is I actually make it a little longer again, and then I carve it, but I carve it only like not 45 degrees, but I guess it's 22.5 degrees or whatever, like this. And the same with the other pipe, like this. All right. I guess you can kind of always already see where this is going. Next I need this piece right here, and we have to rotate this again. Also, it should be -45, yeah, that's right. And always check that the darker shadowy side is on the right side, but you can see it's on the inside right here. And then we can align it. And what I always do, I take, well, let's make a smaller grid. I take the middle line of the pipe, like this one right here, and I align it with the other two middle lines of the other pipe parts. So, like, come on, like this. At this point, you have the chance to check if the alignment of the texture is looking alright, because some pipe textures are a little brighter on the top and a little darker on the bottom, so you can check if it's aligned alright. I think this one is very even, so we don't have to move it. And then what you have to do is you carve it again like the other ones. So again 22.5 degrees or whatever, and there you have it. It's your middle part of the pipe. Alright, textures are aligned, and then you just have to correct the vertexes right here, because they are not on grid. And at this point you can try turning on UV lock, but there's a very high chance that it will mess up your texture alignment, and honestly these changes are so small, texture alignment will stay the same even without UV lock. So I usually don't turn it on, and then you just have to correct the vertexes like this. Come on. And of course also on the other side of the edge, like this. And yeah. Now we have a proper middle part, which is rotated 45 degrees, and the textures are aligned seamlessly. And now you can check if you want to, like right here you have a very sharp edge. That's because the texture has this kind of rust or whatever it is, dirt, and here it's very clean. So if you want to, you could either change the texture alignment right here, or you can just turn off texture lock and move it around a little and see if it fits better like this. I think this looks a little bit better. You can you can make this look a little bit better, but it's just an example, you know what I mean. So make this an entity so it doesn't cut up the whole map, but it still has to cast some shadows. So that's already looking somewhat decently. What I always like to do is I make some parts where the pipe kinda goes into the wall, because that's a very sharp edge right here. And in this case I have a special texture. I will show you. I think like this. Let's check the other one. Yeah, that's about right. And you make a brush like this, and yeah, that's a classic. Of course, we have to select block before. So yeah, we make a block like this, and also the same block down on the floor, basically everywhere where the pipe is coming out of or going into a wall or whatever. Yeah, that's right. And I have a special texture like this, pipe joint texture. I think it's from either Doom 3 or Quake 4, I'm not sure, but both of these games had many of these pipe thingies going on, so it's probably one of these. I apply it right here and here. make it fit. And then you already see you have this wall part, whatever, where the pipe is mounted. So make it an illusionary so that the player doesn't get stopped by this. Solid. Yeah. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks pretty neat. So let's compile and check out how it looks in game. So I think I called this map Today I Learned Pipes. Yeah. And yeah, there it is. This is the example I had already in the map, and this is the one I recreated for the video. And I guess it's a matter of taste, but I think the 45-degree corner looks a lot better than the 90-degree angle. Maybe also it's depending on which setting you're doing, etc. But I think this looks nice. So here we are. Again, like I told you, I'm not really sure if this is interesting at all to any of you. Again, please let me know if you think this is useful or if it's not. Also, I don't want to give the impression that I'm selling the truth or whatever. I think there's no real one way to do something like this. There's probably a lot of good ways to do pipes and whatever. I like this approach, and I thought maybe I share with you guys. And yeah, again, please let me know if this is interesting or not. And happy mapping, and have a good one.